New Delhi, Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu begins a six-day visit to India on Sunday, hoping to boost the trade ties and iron out of difference arising from New Delhi's decision to scrap a defense deal, officials from both the sides said. Israel's state-owned defense contractor Rafael announced on January 3rd that India had cancelled $500 million order to buy its Spike anti-tank guided missiles. Indian media said Delhi would instead opt for a homemade anti-tank missiles. If there is a problem, it should, and it will be solved, said Daniel Karmon, an Israel ambassador to India, referring to the cancellation of the defense deals. India is Israel's biggest arms market, buying around $1 billion worth of weapons every year. Despite the cancellation of missiles deal, Defense Minister said this month it had cleared a plan worth of $72 million to buy 131 Barak surface-to-air missiles built by Rafael. The two countries have grown closer since Narendra Modi became the Prime Minister of India in 2014, widening the commercial cooperation beyond other outstanding defense ties. Netanyahu will be accompanied by 130-member delegations drawn from the cyber and the agriculture sector as well as from the defense. As well as New Delhi, they will also visit Mumbai and Modi's home state of Gujarat. The intention of the Prime Minister of India and the whole delegation is to boost trade, investment and tourism between both countries, said Gilad Kogan, the Deputy Director General for Asia and the Pacific in the Israel Foreign Ministry. The deals for the gas and the oil corporations, cyber security and agricultural projects on the agenda while the meeting of the Israel Prime Minister. The trip comes about a half year after Modi became the first sitting Prime Minister of India visiting Israel. On the trip, Modi did not travel to the occupied West Bank to meet the Palestinian leaders as the visiting leaders of India usually do. However, India was among the more than 120 countries last month to vote in favor of resolution calling for the United States to drop its recent recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's capital. The status of Jerusalem is one of the thorniest obstacles to the peace deals between Israel and the Palestinians. Cameron said India's oath against Israel at the UN General Assembly on the Jerusalem issue would not be affected by the bilateral ties. The vote at the UN is important, but it will not matter the big picture of India-Israel relationship, he said. The foreign policy expert in New Delhi said Mr. Modi had made significant changes in the diplomatic and the strategic ties with Israel, while at the same time retaining links with Palestinian leaders Mahmoud Abbas. Before Modi visited Israel in 2017 July, he hosted Abbas in India and offered help in the health and information technology. But it was a low-key profile meeting of India and Palestine. So what do you think of India's economic slowdown and agriculture slowdown because of Modi being the Prime Minister of India and having only the defense ties going up and up in the budget and to the connections and the making of defense companies in India? Will the Israeli and Indian Prime Minister will go by the dictatorship as they do now?
We would like to see the world commit to change
for a sustainable future and making sure we have one sustainable planet.
But the issue is the commitment of the country itself, how to make it happen. So that's why we are here.
These government schools, what I'm hoping to get out of it is essentially turning them into business plans.
How to implement, how to deploy it.
Converted 4.1 million streetlights without using any of the money from the government.
Interesting to see that there is a strong momentum among all these stakeholders to work together.
To reduce our energy consumption and convert to energy production that is more environmentally friendly.
Green business is good business. And we are seeing new industries, new markets, healthier environments, more jobs.
Who are the drivers of change? And finance is a big driver of change.
And we're just missing the plot if we don't leverage the private sector and turn the billions into trillions and actually take the action that we need to move to a cleaner future.
Concrete measures.
Concrete agreements and commitments.
And do 4 times as much. So we are committing today to do 12 billion of green investments by 2020.
Mexico will launch a carbon market across Latin American countries in connection with existing trade systems in North American states, including California, Quebec, Ontario. Is that correct?
Yes, correct. That is correct.
Very good.
Of the kinds of deals that were put on the table. It's the West African Coastal Areas Management Program, an Indonesian geothermal project, the new City Resilience Program. The World Bank Group will no longer finance upstream oil and gas after 2019.
If we're able to tell our story, and I think these are the venues to tell the story.
Because what is needed is real action on the ground. And I think this is what the summit has been pushing for.
The future of our generation, on the next generation to come. So it's really important.
Nous avons décidé aujourd'hui, collectivement, de la gagner avec détermination, avec force, en prenant des engagements et en les tenant. Merci à vous. Merci beaucoup.
Use your leadership role at the World Bank to use disruptive technology to transform development.
We must change the way we work in development finance.
Woman-owned business is good business.
Things we need to do is to convince them that investing in human beings is directly connected to economic growth.
Innovate for Climate is a great opportunity for meeting people.
It's a place where we generate new ideas.
What happens at the spring meetings is that you have all of the World Bank people, all of the development people, all of the civil societies people in the same room discussing the issues and how they're going to work together to solve the challenges that face some of the most marginalized people in the world.
And so I'm like, all right, hotshot, well, what are you going to do with all this extra time? And she looked me right in the eyes and she said, I'm going to play. And it just buckled my knees.
We travel just a few blocks, but it takes forever. My eyes are glued to my footplate. I don't want it to get stuck and flip me over.
I think IDA 18 is an opportunity to get us back on track.
I want to thank the dedicated staff of the World Bank Group who tirelessly work to reach our ambitious goals every day. You inspire me every single day.
Post your comments below. And if you like this video, please give a thumbs up and follow us on social networks and subscribe to our channel. And thanks for watching. This is WC Daily. Think big, think different. Bye.